Very good evening, students. Hope you all are doing great. Today, welcome to Jatadhara Educational Technology. So today we are going to do heights and distances part 2. All right? Yes. So of course this comes under the trigonometry. So before we go ahead with the chapter, let us quickly know about the basics about trigonometry. A very quick introduction. Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that deals with the relationships between the sides and angles of triangle. Right? So you can see the triangles here. So trigonometric ratios, consider a right-angled triangle. So hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle. Isn't it the lengthiest one? The longest side, in other words. So let one angle be the theta. Side opposite to theta is opposite side. Always remember, side opposite to theta is the opposite side. The third is the adjacent side, right? So the lengthiest or the longest side is hypotenuse. Then wherever we have theta, opposite to that theta, it is supposed to be the opposite side. And you'll have another third side, which is called as, and the third side, which is called as the adjacent side. Okay. All right. So now consider the ratio of length of opposite side to length of hypotenuse. So length of opposite side by length of hypotenuse. So let us consider other right triangles of different sizes but with the same angle theta, right? Yes. See here, you can see the extension. So in all these triangles, the ratio of opposite side to hypotenuse is constant. Isn't it? Sorry, the line got disconnected, ma'am.
Yes, madam. Wait, I'll check.
Now it's clear.
You
The
can continue,
value,
madam.
yeah, the values of the trigonometric ratio sine theta depend only on theta. So let us check some standard values. Sine theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. Before that, students who joined the YouTube, Nehal, Khanna, very good evening. You can quickly join and note down all the important formulas. All right, so sine theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. So sine 0 is 0. So what is sine 30? It is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. All right, so how do you find out this? See here, opposite side by hypotenuse. So x by 2x, xx gets cancelled, you have half. In other words, 0.5, right? Next, what is sine 45? It is 1 by root 2. Again, opposite side by hypotenuse. So xx gets cancelled, you'll have 1 by root 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Clear? So again, 2x. opposite side by hypotenuse. So root 3x by 2x, x gets cancelled. So you will have root 3 by 2. Sine 90 is 1. Clear? Now we have another trigonometric ratios called as cosine of an angle. So that is nothing but adjacent side by hypotenuse. Sine theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. Cos theta or the cosine theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So cosine theta can also be referred as cos theta, right? So here you can see the values of the trigonometric ratios cos theta depend only on theta. So let us check some standard values. So cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. That is cos 0 is 0. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Right? So adjacent side by hypotenuse. So root 3x by 2x. Xx gets cancelled. So it is root 3 by 2. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Right? Cos 60 is half. And finally cos 90 is 0. Clear? Now we have another trigonometric ratio called as the tangent or the tan theta of an angle, which is opposite side by hypotenuse. Sorry, which is opposite side by adjacent side. So let us see the trigonometric values of tan theta. It depends only on theta. So let us check some standard values. Tan theta is nothing but opposite side by adjacent. So tan 0 is 0. Not defined. All right. Good evening to all who have just joined. In a triangle, hypotenuse is 10 centimeter and one angle is 30 degrees. Find the other two. So sine theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. So you take sine 30. Sine 30 is half. Therefore, opposite side can be 10 by 2, which is 5 centimeter. All right. So sums of similar types can be easily done provided you are thorough with all the values. So we are using the Pythagoras theorem to find the third side. Right. So what Pythagoras theorem says? Hypotenuse the whole square is equal to opposite side square plus adjacent 5 square is equal to hypotenuse is 10 square, whereby adjacent square is equal to 100 minus 25, which is 75. Therefore, adjacent side is root 75, which is 5 root 3. So using this, we can find out the adjacent side also. All right. Now see here, we have reciprocals of the ratios sine, cos, and tan. Clear? So cosecant theta or the cosecant theta is 1 by sine theta. So in other words, sine theta is 1 by cosecant theta or cosecant theta is 1 by sine theta. Next, we have secant and cos. Secant theta or cos theta is 1 by secant theta. And of course, we know tan and cot. Right? So tan theta is 1 by cot theta or cot theta is 1 by tan theta. Right? So to sum up, we have, okay, so 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. So for which we have taken for sine A, cos A, tan A, cot A, secant A, cosecant A. All right, students. So thing is you need to remember any one. That is sine theta, you have to remember. All others we can easily say. So just quickly see. Sine 0 is 0. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Sine 90 is 1. So just take the reverse. 1 comes first, root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, half 0. Now what is tan sine by cos? So 0 by 1 is 0. 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2 becomes 1 by root 3. 1 by root 2 by 1 by root 2 is 1. Root 3 by 2 by half is root 3. And 1 by 0. So if your denominator is 0, then it means it is infinity, not defined. All right. Next we have cot theta. Cot theta is nothing but 1 by tan theta or 1 by cos theta by sin theta. Anyway, you can put, but it's better we take 1 by tan so that it will be easy for us. So 1 by 0 is infinity. 1 by root 3 becomes root 3. 1 by 1 is 1. 1 by root 3 is 1 by root 3. 1 by infinity is 0. Next, secant A is, what is secant? Is 1 by tan. So the left out is cos and secant. So secant is nothing but 1 by cos. So 1 by 1 is 1. 1 by root 3 by 2 is 2 by root 3. 1 by 1 by root 2 is root 2. 1 by 1 by 2 is 2. 1 by 1 by 1 by root 2 is root 2. 1 by root 3 by 2 is 2 by root 3. 1 by 1 is 1. All right, students, so it's very easy method to remember these values. So only thing is you need to know the first one, sine theta. All the others can be done very easily. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Now let us solve few questions on heights and distances. All right. So hope you all are ready. Then the distance from foot of building to person is dash. All right. So yeah, just a second. Right. So you can say that a boy observes a person standing on the ground. From the building of A. So this is the height of the building. This is 50 meters. He observes the man who's standing on the building. Height is 50 meters. And what is the angle? Right? So the angle is, right? So you can see here, it's 45 degrees. So obviously alternate one is 45 degree from, okay, at an angle 45 degree. Then the distance from the foot of the building to the person. So now what is the foot of the building to the person, right? So you can assume that let the distance from the foot of the building to the person be x. So this both are same. So now let us assume this to be, so we'll take this as B, we'll take this as C and D. So you're assuming it to be x. So here tan 45. What is tan B? It is tan 45, right? So what is tan formula? Opposite side by adjacent side. What is opposite side? All the time we have mentioned that opposite to the angle theta, opposite to the theta is the opposite side, right? And this is hypotenuse, so this should be adjacent. So it is better. So if a ladder 20-meter long is placed against a vertical wall of height 10 meter, then the distance between the foot of the ladder and the wall, that is the inclination of the ladder with horizontal r respectively dash. Okay, so here you can see that a ladder of 20 meters placed against a vertical wall, right? So here this is the wall. So you are placing the ladder and the wall cannot be together. So you are placing the ladder against the wall, right? So what is the length of the ladder? It is 20 meter. So let us assume this to be A, B, C, right? So this is a wall. This is a ladder. Then the distance between the foot of the ladder and the wall. Okay, of vertical, the wall is 10 meter. So the question here, and he says, the inclination of the ladder with horizontal are respectively dash. Right? So here we have opposite side. So here, of course, this is a theta. Opposite side by hypotenuse, right? So it is 10 by 20. Of course, opposite side by hypotenuse is supposed to be sine, right? It should be sine theta. So sine theta is half. So when you cancel, so what of sine is half? So if sine theta is half, means the theta must be what? So the theta must be 30 degrees, isn't it? So it should be sine theta, means the theta must be equal to 30 degrees. So here you can say that the theta is 30 degrees, right? Now you can say, of course, this is x. So when you take tan 30, it is opposite side by adjacent side, isn't it? So what is tan 30? Tan 30 is nothing but 1 by root 3, which is 10 by x. So x is equal to 10 into root 3 meters. So 10 into root 3 meters means it is option 1. Hope you all have understood, and I'm going little slow for the benefit of the students. So you can see the next question. A person observes a flagpole of height h meter at an angle of 60 degrees and 8 meter away from foot of pole. Then h is dash. Okay. So a person observes a flagpole at a height of h meter at an angle of 60 degrees. So same thing, right? So here you can say the angle is 60 degree, 8 meter away from the foot of the pole. So 8 meter away. So it means that, and yeah, right. So here you can say that it is opposite side by adjacent side, which is tan 60. It's nothing but h by 8. So tan 60 is root 3 is equal to h by 8. So h is equal to 8 root 3 meter. Okay. So hope this is clear. See the next question. A ladder of x meter leaning against a wall with an elevation of 30 degrees and distance from foot of ladder to wall is 6 meter. Then x is equal to, right? Right. So let me tell you the question again. A ladder of x meter leaning against a wall with an elevation of 30 degree and distance from foot of the ladder to the wall is 6 meter. Right. So here you can say that it is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So adjacent side by hypotenuse is nothing but it is cos 30. Isn't it? Yeah. So it becomes 6 by x. Right. So which is root 3. Cos 30 is nothing but 3 by. So whereby if you solve, x will become 6 2s are 12 by root 3 meter. Okay. So this diagram is not relevant to this. So you don't have to see this diagram. Without diagram, you can actually quickly do it. All right. See the next question. A tree of height 25 meter makes an angle of depression at 45 degrees. Yeah. Makes an angle of depression at 45 degrees to the person observing on the ground. Then the distance between the tree and the person. See, you can see here, right? So let the distance between the tree and the person, we are assuming it to be x. Okay, so let the distance between the tree and the person be x. So here you can say that TCA is nothing but, or it is same as CAB, alternate angles, right? So it is opposite side by hypotenuse, which is sine theta. That is sine 45 is opposite side 25 by x. So what is sine 45? 1 by root 2 is equal to 25 by x, whereby your x is equal to 25 into root 2 meters. So it has been clearly explained in this sum. Hope you all understand. All right, see the next question. A girl observes an electric pole at an angle 45 degrees and the elevation changes to 30 degrees. When she moves 10 meters away from the pole, then the height of the pole is dash. Okay. So here you can see that the girl is observing an electric pole at an angle of 45 degrees. Right. And the elevation changes to 30 degrees when she moves 10 meters away, isn't it? So when she's going to move little more front. So what happens? The elevation also changes. And now you have to find the height of the pole. So you can see here, it has been very clearly explained. So we are assuming the height of the pole be h meter. Clear? And the distance from the girl to the pole. So when there is a first elevation, we are assuming that to be x. Clear? So it is opposite side by adjacent side, that is h by x. What is opposite side by adjacent side? Of course, it is tan theta. Clear? And the question says it is 45 means tan 45. So tan 45 is 1, which means h by x is equal to 1, which means x is equal to h. All right. Now what she's doing? She's deviating or she's elevating. She's going little further, right? So here what happens? The height is supposed to be h only, but that is opposite side. But the adjacent side becomes, it is not x because 10 meters she is going little far. So it becomes x plus 10. So of course we know tan, so this is tan 30. Of course we know tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is equal to h by x plus 10. With this you can find the value of h to be 10 by root 3. Yes. Clear? So the value of h will become 10 by root 3 minus 1. Okay. All right. See the next question. The angle of elevation of temple from two men on either sides are 60 degrees and 30 degrees respectively. The angle of elevation of temple from two men on either side are 60 degree and 30 degree respectively. Find the distance between two men if height of temple is 30 meters. Okay. So here also it is clearly explained. Yeah. So with this, we are assuming that the distance from the temple to the first person be x and the second person be y, because the angle of elevation of temple from two men are either side. Either side means they are an opposite side. One you are assuming it to be x and the other you are assuming it to be y. Right? So here you are taking triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, of course, you can find out that it is opposite side by adjacent side. That is 30 by x. What is opposite side by adjacent side? It is nothing but tan. So what is the degree? It is tan 60. So tan 60 is 30 by x. Clear? So whereby you get x is equal to 30 by 3. Right. Now see here, the other side is tan 30. It becomes again opposite side by adjacent side. So it is BD by BC. So which is tan, okay, which is 1 by root 3 is equal to 30 by y, whereby the value of y you get it as 30 into root 3 meters. Now what is the distance between the two men is x plus y, that is 30 by root 3 plus 30 into root 3. If you add and take LCM, we get root 3, so 120 by root 3 meters. Okay, so hope this is clear, students. See the next question. The angle of elevation of top of electric pole from foot of tower is 60 degrees and the angle of elevation of top of a tower to the foot of the electric pole is 30 degrees. The distance between the pole and the tower is 25 meter. Then the ratio of their heights is dash. Right. So you can see it has been clearly explained. Right. So here you can see the angle of elevation of top of the electric pole from the foot to the tower. So from the foot to the tower, it is 60 degrees. Then an angle of elevation of a top of a tower to the foot of the electric pole is 30 degrees. And the distance between the pole and the tower is 25 meters. So you can see that the base, that is AB, is 25 meters. So here we can say opposite side is H1 by the adjacent side is 25. So it is tan theta, that is tan 30 is equal to H1 by 25, whereby you will get the value of H1 to be 25 by root 3. Next, the other side, if you take it is tan 60 is equal to opposite side by adjacent side H2 by 25, which is root 3 is equal to H2 by 25. So H2 is equal to 25 into root 3 meters. So what is H1 is to H2? 1 by root 3 is to root 3. All right, students? Yes. See the next question. The angle of elevation of a top of the tower from the point from the point 120 meter from its foot is 45. Okay. How much the tower is to be raised when the elevation is to be 60 degree at the same point? All right. So here you can say that, yeah. So you can say that the angle of elevation of a top of a tower from the point 120 meter. So instead you can draw it like this. So 120 meter. Okay. So is okay. So we don't have hypotenuse here. So it is 45 degree. Okay. So he says this is 120 and this is supposed to be the one that we need to find out. So we are assuming this to be x. So opposite side by adjacent side, which is 120 by x, whereby we have tan opposite side by means adjacent side means tan only, right? So tan 45 is 120 by x. So tan 45 is nothing but 1. So 1 is equal to 120 by x. So x is equal to 120. Right. Now he says how much the tower is to be raised with elevation of 60 degree. So there is an elevation of 60 degree. Right? So it becomes tan 60, because in the first PPT itself we saw that there will not be any change when there's going to be an extension. So this tan 60 is opposite side. So again you have a 160 plus y opposite side by adjacent side. Adjacent side we got it as 120, which is x. So tan 60 is root 3 is equal to 120 plus y by 120. So 120 into root 3 is equal to 120 plus y. So we get finally y is equal to 120 into root 3 minus 1 meter. Okay, so 120 into root 3 minus 1 meter. Okay, students, so hope you would have really understood. Right, see the next question. The length of the shadow of a vertical pole is root 3 times its original length. The angle of elevation to the sun is dash. Okay, so the length of the shadow of a vertical pole. So let's assume this this is the length of the shadow. So here it is touching it. Okay, so obviously this is a theta. So he says that the length of the shadow vertical pole is root 3 times its original length. You're assuming the length to be x. So this would be root 3x. Clear? So opposite side by adjacent side is nothing but tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side. So what is theta is equal to 1 by root 3. In other words, theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 by root 3. Since theta is 30 degree. Angle of elevation is theta is 30 degree. Okay. So hope you all are doing along with me and have understood this. Let's see the answer. Yes, it is. See the next question. Find the length of a kite string flying at 100 meter above the ground with the elevation 60 degrees. So 100 by root 3, 50 by root 3, 200 by root 3 and 25 by root 3. So find the length of a kite string flying at 100 meter above the ground. So see here it is 100 meter above the ground. So this should be 100 meter. Right? So this is what you are actually finding out. So let's take this to be A, then B, C. So what is the angle of elevation of the theta is 60 degrees. Right? So you are supposed to find out the length of the kite. Right? So which is AC by AB. So opposite side by hypotenuse is nothing but sine theta. That is sine 60 is AC by AB, which is, what is AC? It is 100 by X. Right? So you get sine 60 is root 3 by 2 is equal to 100 by 2. So root 3 by 2 is equal to, it's not 200 by X. So the value of X will be 200 by root 3. 200 by root 3 is option 3. If you've got this answer, then your answer is right. Right? Right. See the next question. The tops of two poles are of height 20 meter and 14 meter. They are connected by a wire. If the wire makes an angle 30 degree with the horizontal, then the length of the wire is dash. So you can see here it has been beautifully explained, right? So you have two poles. Okay, so one pole is of height 20 meter and 14 meter are connected by a wire. If the wire makes an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal, then the length of the wire is dash. We are taking this as opposite side by hypotenuse. So what is opposite side? It is nothing but BC by AB. So sine 30 is 1 by 2. BC is 6 by AB. So AB becomes 6 into 2, which is 12 meters. So that's supposed to be the length of the wire or the hypotenuse. So your answer is option 2. So hope you have understood this. Let's move on to the next question. Just a second. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower whose height is 100 meter at a point whose distance from the base of the tower is 100 meter is dash. Right? So here also uh, you have to, yes, here also you should just understand. Yes, see here, you have a triangle. The angle of elevation of top of a tower, the height is 100 meter. The distance from the base of the tower is 100. So it is opposite side by hypotenuse, which is, opposite side by adjacent side, 100 by 100, which is obviously tan theta, right? So 100 by 100 tan theta as 1 means what should be the theta? It should be tan 45. So theta should be 45 degrees. All right. So with this, we close for today, students. So interesting topics. So do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Jatadhara Educational Technology, and keep watching our all our videos, and you can always practice our sums. Thanks for watching.